So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you. People were injured. One critical when gunfire erupted early Sunday at a large pop-up party on New York City's famed Coney Island boardwalk. The shooting unfolded around 2 a.m. southeast of the iconic former parachute jump ride tower, a historic landmark. The New York Police Department stated no suspects were under arrest. A large crowd was gathered for a pop-up party on the beachside boardwalk at 21st Street when at least one person pulled a weapon and started shooting. Police have stated that they do not immediately know what started this incident. Women and 3 men were initially injured as people ran and dove for cover. The injured people ranged in ages from 19 to 37. Their names were not immediately released. The 37-year-old man was injured in the back and taken to a hospital in critical condition. A teenager was also injured in their back. A 36-year-old man was injured in his chin, and 2 other women, both in their mid-20s, suffered wounds to their legs. They were all in stable condition. Now, the main thing that I want black people to pay attention to is look at how all of this took place. You got 5 people that were injured, and this happened in pretty much a crowded area. Notice how they didn't use the terminology of mass shooting. Notice how they didn't use that at all. Like I told black people before, and at any point in time that anything of this type takes place, they would normally try to use that branding in order to get people into this mental type of voodoo, right? This mental type of sorcery to feel as though that anytime something like this happens, it's always a mass shooting. To get people always on edge, always on fear of when the next one can basically happen. This is something that normally happens. You have a group of people, you have one person that has a weapon, they decide to indiscriminately shoot or wound people or specifically go after certain people, and it is what it is. It will be just considered a shooting, right? But because of a lot of the things that have taken place and who those things have been taken place by, they tried to categorize this as a generalized thing. They went from it being very specific to it being a generalized thing to then it being more specific when it dealt with the perpetrator, quote unquote, being black. And then they tried to brand that so that they can yet again cause a fear and also make more money directly off of it, having more people tune directly in, because they know that at any point in time that you have negative news about black people, something negative that a black person did, is automatically going to draw eyes and people are going to tune in, and that's when they're going to, in a sense, make the most money from certain commercials that they have by advertisers when they play it before, after, and during that story, through the rotations, through the remixes, and everything like that. Any other story people don't realistically care about, but a lot of people can specifically tell you, one, something about the political climate, number two, something that maybe went on in their town, and number three, if it was a story dealing with black people committing some type of crime, they can specifically tell you every single detail about that story. As I've stated to you guys many upon many upon many times on both platforms, if you don't feed into a certain narrative, if you don't happen to give it energy, they have to drop it, because nobody's going to believe it, because the greater majority, they're not falling for it. Black people were the main ones that were the target of that branding, and you saw what it is that took place. So because we didn't feed into it, and because everybody else didn't feed into it, this is when you see the media drop off with that narrative, and now they're going back to the normal scheduled news with the normal scheduled branding that they always use. So like I said, just always pay attention to what it is that take place, to the branding, how it is that they decide to list things, how it is that they're trying to sell things, and make a narrative around a lot of stories, and who specifically they're trying to use that branding and that narrative towards.